So welcome back to the DEB Pre-Junior Cert Graphics exam in 2023. This is question 3E. The image on the right, the image below shows the design of a similar games console to what we found here in the first part of the question. Draw the elevation in the direction of arrow A, so elevation from here. Project a plan from the elevation, the end view in the direction of arrow B. Okay, which means we'll have the elevation, plan below it, end elevation on the left hand side if we're looking here from the, or on the right hand side if we're looking from the left, and determine the true shape of surface S. So this is surface S. Okay, so let's start off with the elevation. Okay, the overall height of this I can see is 150, so I need to come down at least 150. I've come down more than that, you can see there, and I'm going to draw my XY line. Okay, so that's my XY line. For an elevation I need my widths and I need heights. So let's start marking out some of these widths that we can see. So we've got along the base there, the overall width is 20 plus 20 plus 36. So let's go 20, 36 is going to be 56 plus another 20 there. So the overall width of that is 76. Okay, is there any other width lines that I'm going to need? There will be for my 14 and 14, so I'm going to show that 14 there and 14 in the opposite direction, which I'll need up at the top. And the centers then of these two cylinders, you can see here this is a center line, or a line of symmetry, so that's telling me that this side and this side are 10 and 10. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to measure out in my 10 and 10 there for those. So there are all the widths that I'm going to need in order to complete this. I'll project them vertically. Actually, I'll just set it right here for that. Okay, and we'll project them down to the plan view as well. Okay, some I know I need up high, so I'll project them all the way up, and others I don't need all the way. So I'll just show them some of the way. 14, which I need up high, and my 10, which I don't need up that side. Okay, so it's going to fit into that space, my elevation. The heights then, we've 75. Let's mark out 75. Okay, and sorry, 150 is the total height. So 150. And a couple of other heights there. I'm actually going to leave them for, actually, what I'll do is I'll just find the center there of those, which is down 90. Down 90 to the center of those cylinder shapes. Okay, and I'm going to project all of these lines across because I need them for my end elevation also. Okay, now there's other heights. Let me focus that. There's other heights that I'm going to need and other widths, okay, which I'm going to measure off later, but just for now those will do, so I can get the outline of my shape. So, following across, this is the center here of my cylinders, okay, and they are a radius of 14, and we've got on the right hand side 14 and an 8. Okay, so let's go radius 14 first of all. Just start getting our bearings of the layout of this shape. So there. Okay, and change my radius to 8 then for that orange button on the left. small radiuses like that can be difficult, but if we got a nice sharp compass and we take our time, just making sure to put pressure down through the pin of our compass, we can just go over multiple times then to achieve our circle. Okay, so now I can start adding in some of my heavy lines. So that's one edge, second edge. We've got our 14s then joining to the top. Our base at the top there. Okay, my space for S, we've got at that 36, and I can see there that is actually to the top of that space we've got 42. So let's measure 42. I'm actually going to extend that over there. For my end elevation, it's nice to have those lines done. Okay, and height then to that surface S inside that is 12, so measure up 12. And project that across also. So working up along, all that I've left now is this little screen, which we can see is heights 10 down and then 58 down. So let's measure our 10 and 58. Okay, and it's 36 wide, which we have actually already measured up here, so that's 36, and I can draw there like so. That's my kind of screen of the games console. Okay, I think that is everything for now. So on to my plan view. Okay, we'll come down, 10 or 15 millimeters approximately, and well, that's the back edge. And I've got a lot of my widths projected down, so let's start marking things off. I just need to project down the outside there and inside of those cylinders. I need those in plan that appear as a rectangular shape. Okay, so we've got our depth, so we need our depth or length, whichever way you want to call it, and we've got our widths. So depth here we've got 18 mil. So just drawing the outline of that yellow section. We've got the top edge there and there, 14, which is projected down already for me. Okay. Let's include the cylinders now. So the cylinder goes back in line with the back edge, so I'll actually extend that to there. The depths then, if this travels out from that surface, nothing indicating it here, nothing indicating it clearly here, but if we come down, I can see I've got depth of 10 and a depth of 4. So it's going to be out 10 and a further 4 then for that orange one. So there and there. So just cover those heavy. So we're getting there now. And then that's small rectangle representing the orange part. Okay, and finally then we are going to have hidden detail when we look down on top of this, representing surface S. So surface S, you can see is distance of 8 there. Depth of 8. And also we're going to, that edge along the base is going to be a hidden detail line running in. So there, that's that hidden detail line. Okay, and then my depth of 8, let's measure 8 around there. Okay, and now that is my plan completed, and now I want to project over here and draw my end elevation. So 45 degrees, I have a lot of heights projected across already here for my elevation, so height and depth is what I need for an end elevation. So let's project all these measurements that we've already completed. And we can project them vertically here. So back edge, that's going to be heavy line all the way up. And project this vertically up. Okay. And finally I've got that 8 that I just measured for the inside. Let's project that up at 45 degrees also. Okay. So let's start off looking in here from B. I'm going to see the outline of that green cylinder. So let's project it across here. I just need to project it across there. Let's project it up. So there to there. Okay, and there. Okay, I'm also going to have that smaller orange one, which we projected up, and just need to project that across. Okay, so let's start filling in bits that I can. I'm going to have this edge here. Okay, so it's not going to be a straight line all the way up. I'm actually going to have that edge. So that's found here and here. So let's project those across and show them. And they're important, they're key lines now on that paper, or on that question. So now I'm going to be going vertically up to there, showing that edge going up as far as that. Then it's not going to be there, and then it'll be edge again. But it will have a surface there, okay, with an edge appearing. So we're going to have hidden detail line between those two lines. So heavy down, hidden detail there. Great, so we're getting there. Just drawing the top and the bottom. Okay, now I have this edge that I want to show, which we projected across. Okay, and finally then we've got surface S we need to show. We have the depth of 8 followed through, that's the height there, and that goes to that edge is across here, and that edge is there. So that'll be hidden detail. Okay. Yeah, looking good. I think that's everything we need to include in our elevation, our end elevation. Check back here, yeah, okay, I'm happy with those views. I'm just going to pause it now and add some colour so you can, I suppose, visualise it a little bit better. Okay, so here we have colour added. Hopefully that will help visualise it a small bit more. Next, they want us to determine the true shape of surface S. So let's indicate surface S here in each of the views. Okay, we have surface S is here. Okay, just highlight it a little bit more. Okay, we also have surface S in this position, and we have surface S sloping away from us down here. Okay, I won't color that too heavy just because it's technically behind that surface, so we can't see it. So what we want to do is we want to find the true shape of that. We can do it by two methods: an auxiliary view method or a rotation method. And for the sake of this question, I'm actually going to use rotation just because I have more adequate space than if I want to do an auxiliary. If I want to do an auxiliary, I'd have to project from my end view. It's just tidier, I think, doing my rotation method. So we need to first ask ourselves, where do we see surface S as an edge view? Okay, so where do we see it as a line or an edge view? Okay, in plan, that's the surface there. Elevation, end view. So end view, I'm seeing surface S as a line. So we want to rotate that until it's in a position where we can look directly at it. Okay, I could rotate it slightly here. That would show it in elevation, but to make it clear, I'm actually going to rotate it all the way up. Okay, so it's essentially, I'm getting a piece of paper here. Just create a quick little model of it. So I'm getting a piece of paper, and I'm rotating it into this position, which is in plan, sloping away from me here, and I'm going to rotate it from here, that position, and I'm going to rotate it up so it's in this position. So let's do that. Okay, and my compass. Rotate that up into that position, and I'm just going to highlight the surface there. So that's it in its new position. So I need to show that projection then in my plan view. Project down, back at 45 degrees, and across. So here is surface S in that position. So here is my surface S. And being rotated into a position where I view it perpendicularly. Okay, so true shape, this. Okay, so that is one of the longer questions on the 2023 DEB exam paper.